Good afternoon. Happy Friday. I hope you're having a good start to your 2019, that you're enjoying life today and succeeding. You know, I wanted to ask you, are you tolerating or are you celebrating? Yeah, I jump right into it, right? I know you have things to do, and thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this, I just wanted to give you a quick thought here on, to think about, are you tolerating or are you celebrating? Are you tolerating those people around you or are you celebrating them? You know, they're two different things. Have you ever experienced a situation where you were tolerated versus celebrated? It's not super exciting, right? But many times we find that in our employees, in our team members, our families, we end up tolerating people versus celebrating them. So, I see a couple levels. First, we don't really recognize the strength that someone has, and we know they're different, but they're just different, and that's, they are who they are, right? And we go along with life or work, and that's what it is. The second step is we recognize their differences, but we end up only tolerating them. So I hear of companies that use, personality assessments and things, and discover people's strengths and everything. But then the way they use that information is, I understand that you're different, and so I can put up with your difference, right? And then that becomes tolerating. And when you're tolerated, if you remember being tolerated in an experience, it's not super fun, and you can't actually, you're not very motivated, right? And your ability to accomplish things and be creative is cramped. So the third step is celebrating. So it's recognizing the differences around you, the strengths and other people, and then celebrating those rather than just saying, great, you're different and it's annoying and I'll put up with it. Saying, great, you're different. This is the way you process things. This is what you're good at. And let's utilize that. Even though you're different, you take care of this area where your strength is, where you're good at, and where you thrive and excel, and I'll handle the area I thrive and excel, and together we can make a more complete picture. Hello, Roland. I'm good, thank you. How are you, my friend? How are you? Is Holland treating you well? So, I want to encourage you to celebrate the people around you, to move take that next step. If you're in the first phase where people are different, but you're not even recognizing their strengths, then hey, begin to recognize and embrace their strengths and celebrate it. Because what you'll get is you'll go from people or your team or employees or your family members kind of being in a survival defensive mode when they're tolerated to, they can maybe accomplish a small percentage of their strength. Because when you're tolerated, you're not thriving. You're not out there being able to give your best or be your best. But when you're celebrated, it shifts you into your creative zone. And we all have different styles of creativity, but in your personality and your strength, you can create in your arena there. And so begin to celebrate versus tolerate. Begin to celebrate versus tolerate. Maybe do some personality assessments or have your team do it, and then begin to celebrate it. Don't just use the assessments and say, great, this is who you are and you're different, and we'll put up with it. But celebrate it and see the difference that it makes. See your team come together. See the results it can produce, and the synergy that comes out of that. See your family grow, and everyone kind of step into their own identity in their own sphere, and begin to or continue to grow in their own arena, and it will make the family more exciting and a better team as well. So enjoy, celebrate, don't tolerate. Have a good one.